Hi folks, this is Vince with Adz Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out the game Klask. It's for 2 players for ages 8 and up, and the average play time is about 20 minutes. So what is this game all about? Well, if I were to read off the box to you, it may or may not help. Get your hand under that table. Try to score, but watch out for the hole. Yeah, how many dirty puns can we throw into that sentence? Just to get away from that and get to what the game is actually about. This is air hockey without the air and with magnets. So without further ado, let's take a quick look at the components and see how the game is played. Okay, so here's a quick look at the components. You've got these strikers here, and the way this is set up, these come together like this, but you're going to separate them out like this. You're going to put this piece on top and the other piece on the bottom, and you're going to be moving this thing around with your hand under the table. You've also got these white magnets here. Now there's a little hole on the top and the other side is solid. This is considered face up. So whenever you're setting up the game, what you're going to do is you're going to put one magnet in each of these 3 holes. There is an extra one, so I'm just going to throw that back into the bag here. And there are 2 of these yellow balls. Only one is going to be in play at a time. So I'm going to put one of these in the bag as well and just put that off to the side. Speaking of off to the side, you may have noticed this huge box over here. There's no insert or anything like that. It's just a huge box with a handle on it. Nothing too fancy. Finally, you've got these chips here, and this is for scoring. It'll start at 0 and 0, work its way up to 6 points. Same thing on the other side, starts at 0, works its way up to 6. What I'd like to do is actually show you the underside of the board too, if I can. Alright, just so you can see what this thing is made of. Because, I mean, this is probably the primary attraction. You've got these goal holes here, and I'll explain that in a minute. On the underside, you've got these little rubber stoppers here to keep it from sliding around on a table such as this. But yeah, here's your underside here. Apologies if it's hard to see. But yeah, there you go, the components. Okay, so just to quickly run through game setup, I've already explained some of it. The poker chips go in these 0 slots. These magnets go face up, again with the little dot showing on the top, onto these little spaces here that are hard drawn into the board, so you can't miss them. There's 3 of them. And then each of these striker pieces, you're going to pull them apart, put this cylinder-like object underneath, and this other one on top like so. And then you're going to take one of the balls and put them into one of the corners. Okay, so the object of this game is to be the first player to score 6 points. There are 4 different ways that you can score a point. The first way is to use your striker piece, and again, you're going to be controlling this with the magnet under the table. You're going to try and hit that ball and knock it into your opponent's goal. If you manage to do that, you get a point. The second thing that could occur that would net you a point is if your opponent ends up attracting 2 of these magnets. If that ever happens, then play stops and you earn a point. Again, you'll be adjusting your token on the right there appropriately. The third thing that could occur that would net you a point is if your opponent maneuvers their striker piece into their own goal. If that ever happens, if you hear that Klask sound, then you'll earn yourself a point. Lastly, if your opponent loses control of their striker piece, like let's say that they're going crazy and their piece ends up getting knocked over and they can't get it back with the magnet under the table. If that ever happens, then you net yourself a point. These magnets are pretty powerful, so, you know, in most cases you'll be able to get it back, like so, but in the rare event that you can't get control back, then the other player earns a point. And again, the first player to earn 6 points wins. Whenever someone does earn a point, play will stop immediately, and any of these white magnets that might be on these striker pieces are reset. So if I were to, like, have one on me like that, but then I end up knocking the ball into the opponent's goal here, then this would just simply come off and reset appropriately. Okay, so there you have it, a very brief look at the game Klask. It's important to stress that I didn't cover all of the rules found in the manual, but this should just give you the general idea. Again, air hockey without the air and with magnets. As far as what I thought, it's not a bad little dexterity game. My main concern with this game is the price. It's being sold exclusively through a particular store. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's on my written review if you want to check that out. There's a link in the below description, but it's being sold there for 60 bucks. So 60 bucks for this. I mean, granted, you know, it is nice, good quality. The magnets are very powerful. You know, the box is okay. I wouldn't have gone with the with the slogan on the front, "Get your hand under that table, try to score, but watch out for the hole." Like, seriously, how many dirty things can you conjure up in your head reading this off? Like, I would have done something a little different here if it were me. But again, this game was created overseas, I think in Finland or something like that. So they may not have the same mindset that we Americans do. But anyway, Klask, again, it's not a bad game, but I would not pay $60 for it. I don't know if I'd pay 40 or even 50 or even $40 for it, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's just, it's big, it's unwieldy, it doesn't really stack well with the other games in my collection. And while it's a neat idea, it's not a $60 idea. It's not something I would pay $60 for. But again, this is just my opinion, mind you. Other people out there may really, really, really like air hockey. Like, they may be addicted to it. And, they may want something different than air hockey. So, they may turn to something like this. And $60 may be well justified to them. To me, I wouldn't pay $60 for this, but someone else might. Take what I say about that with a grain of salt. But other than that, besides the price, it's not bad, like I said. It's a neat idea. I don't see a lot of games like this out on the market. Most of my games are, square box, typical deck builder or strategy game or card game. I don't have a lot like this in my collection. So it's a unique idea. The components are well done. It's just I probably wouldn't spend that kind of money on it. So if you guys want to see my written review, you can. www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. If you haven't already, subscribed to my YouTube channel. That way you can keep up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.